Missing your flight by 10 minutes can ruin your whole day.
Yes, and that is why today's topic is so useful and a little stressful too.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Simple English Talks.
Hi, everyone. We're so happy you're here.
Today, we're talking about a trip to the airport with a friend.
And before we begin, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
It really helps us, and it helps more learners find these simple English conversations.
This topic is great for real life because airports can feel confusing, especially in English.
Yes, so today we will make it simple.
We will talk like real people with easy English and useful airport phrases.
Let's imagine two friends going to the airport together.
One friend is calm,
That is me.
and one friend checks the ticket every 20 seconds.
That is definitely you.
Okay, maybe just a little.
So, let's begin.
Mark, if you and I travel together, what is the first thing you say to me on airport day?
I would say, Hope, did you pack your passport?
Ooh, that is a very good first question.
Because without a passport, the trip is over before it starts.
True. And I would say, yes, I packed my passport, my ticket, and my phone charger.
Good, because people forget chargers all the time.
Yes, and then they sit at the airport like sad potatoes.
Sad potatoes with no battery.
Exactly.
A very useful sentence is, did you pack your passport?
Another useful one is, do you have your ticket?
And sometimes people also say, is everything ready?
Yes. Very simple and very useful.
So, Hope, what time should friends leave for the airport?
I think it depends on the flight.
Yes. For a domestic flight, maybe 2 hours before.
And for an international flight, maybe 3 hours before.
Because the airport can be busy.
Very busy, especially when everyone suddenly decides to travel on the same day.
Yes, like the whole city had the same idea.
Let's all go to the airport right now, together.
So one friend can say, we should leave now.
Or, let's go early.
Another good sentence is, I don't want to be late.
Yes, that sounds very natural.
What if one friend is not ready?
Then the other friend says, hurry up.
Yes, or we have to go now.
Or in my case, Mark would say, Hope, stop looking in the mirror. We need to leave.
I would say it kindly.
But you would say it.
Yes, probably. When friends take a taxi to the airport, they may say, can you take us to the airport, please?
That is useful and easy.
During the ride, one friend may ask, how long will it take?
And the driver may say, about 30 minutes.
Or maybe, there is traffic.
Ah, that sentence can make people nervous.
Very nervous.
Especially me. I become a different person in traffic.
What kind of different person?
A person who looks at the clock every 5 seconds and says, are we moving? Or do we live here now?
Do we live here now?
Yes, in the taxi, forever.
That is actually very funny.
Thank you. But then I breathe and try to stay calm.
Good idea, because panic does not make the car go faster.
Another useful sentence is, we still have time.
Yes, friends say that to help each other feel better.
Airports are not only about language, they are also about staying calm.
That is true.
Okay. Now the friends arrive at the airport. What happens next?
First, they go inside and look for the check-in desk.
Very useful phrase. Where is the check-in desk?
Or, excuse me, where can I check in?
Then the worker may ask, can I see your passport, please?
And maybe, do you have any bags to check in?
Yes, checked bag and carry-on bag. These words are important.
A checked bag goes under the plane.
And a carry-on bag goes with you.
One friend may ask, "Is this bag okay for carry-on?"
Or, is my bag too heavy?
That question is very common.
Especially after people say, I'm only taking a few things.
And then the bag weighs like a baby elephant.
No, not a baby elephant.
Maybe a small elephant.
Okay, maybe just too many shoes.
That sounds more realistic.
At check-in, the worker may also ask, window or aisle?
Yes, that means, do you want the seat near the window or near the aisle?
Which one do you like?
I like the aisle seat.
Really? I like the window seat.
Why?
Because I like looking outside. The clouds are beautiful.
Ah, yes. Until you need to stand up and ask two people to move.
Well, that part is not beautiful.
Exactly.
So, a useful sentence is, I'd like a window seat, please.
Or, an aisle seat, please.
After check-in, the friends go to security.
And that is where some people feel stressed.
But the English can stay simple.
At security, you may hear, "Put your bag here."
Or, take out your laptop.
Also, remove your belt or take off your jacket.
If you do not understand, you can ask, sorry, can you say that again?
That sentence is always helpful.
Or, what do I need to do?
Hope, have you ever had a strange moment at security?
Oh, yes.
Tell us.
One time, I forgot I had a spoon in my bag.
A spoon?
Yes, a spoon.
Why did you have a spoon?
Because I packed yogurt and I wanted to be prepared.
You went to the airport with travel yogurt?
Yes, and my little spoon.
That is amazing.
The security worker looked at me like, are you opening a tiny restaurant on the plane?
A tiny restaurant?
Yes, I was so embarrassed.
That is a real podcast moment right there.
And now everyone knows.
But that story teaches something important. Check your bag before you go.
Yes, very important.
After security, friends often look for the gate.
A gate is the place where you wait before you enter the plane.
One useful sentence is, "What gate is it?"
Or, our gate is number 12.
Sometimes the gate changes.
Yes, so listen carefully and check the screen.
A friend may say, "Let's check the departure board."
And another friend may say, I think our gate changed.
What else do people say while waiting?
Maybe, let's get a coffee.
Or, "I'm hungry."
Or the most dangerous sentence at the airport,
What is that?
we have plenty of time.
Haha, yes. Famous last words.
Exactly.
Because sometimes people relax too much.
They go to a shop, they buy snacks, they look at perfume, and then
Final call for boarding.
they run like movie stars. But not cool movie stars.
No, very stressed movie stars.
With snacks in one hand and a passport in the other.
That picture is too real.
So, a smart sentence is, let's stay near the gate.
Yes, simple and smart.
Mark, what if one friend is nervous about flying?
Then the other friend can help.
For example, don't worry, everything will be okay.
Or, "I'm here with you."
That is a kind sentence.
Another good one is, just take a deep breath.
And maybe, let's sit down for a minute.
Have you ever felt nervous on a plane?
A little, yes.
What helps you?
Music helps me, and talking helps me too.
Yes, talking with a friend can help a lot.
Especially if the friend is calm.
So, not you.
Hey, I can be calm.
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes.
Now, let's talk about boarding.
Boarding means going onto the plane.
You may hear, boarding starts at 10:30.
Or, they are boarding now.
A friend may say, let's get in line.
Or, this is our group.
Yes, some airlines call groups or zones.
Another easy question is, are we in the right line?
Very useful.
Then the worker may say, boarding pass, please.
So, keep your boarding pass ready.
And do not put it in a secret pocket and then forget where it is.
That sounds personal.
It is a little personal.
Hope has many mystery pockets.
They are not mystery pockets. They are surprise pockets.
That is even worse.
But yes, keep your passport and boarding pass easy to find.
Once you enter the plane, you look for your seat.
You may say, excuse me, that's my seat.
Or, I think you're in my seat.
Say it politely.
Yes, always politely.
What if your friend has a seat far from you?
Then you can ask, do you want to switch seats?
Or, can we sit together?
Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes no.
And then real friendship begins.
How?
Because a true friend says, it's okay, I will survive 3 hours without you.
That is true friendship.
Exactly.
On the plane, one friend may say, can you help me put my bag up there?
Very useful sentence.
Or, I don't like turbulence.
Turbulence means the plane moves a little in the air.
A calm friend may say, it's normal.
Or, we'll be fine.
What do friends talk about on the plane?
Maybe they talk about the trip.
Like, what do you want to do first when we arrive?
Or, I want to eat local food.
Or, I just want to sleep.
Honestly, that is me after every airport trip.
Airports are tiring.
Yes, even when the trip is fun.
Let's also talk about useful problem sentences.
Yes, very important.
If you cannot find your passport, you can say, I can't find my passport.
And your friend may say, check your bag again.
Or, check your jacket pocket.
If you are lost, you can say, I think we are going the wrong way.
Or, let's ask someone.
Very good idea. Asking is better than guessing.
What if a friend feels sick?
Then the other friend can say, are you okay?
Or, do you need water?
Or, let's sit down.
These are simple English sentences, but very human and very useful.
Yes, real English is often simple.
Hope, what is the funniest kind of airport person?
The person who opens the suitcase on the floor and suddenly the whole airport sees their life.
Their life?
Yes, clothes, snacks, 1 sock, 3 papers, maybe a banana.
A banana?
You never know.
Airports are full of surprises.
And then the friend says, please close your bag. I am begging you.
That is a very real sentence, too.
Another airport sentence is, can you watch my bag for a minute?
But be careful with that one.
Yes, in real life, always follow airport rules.
Good point.
Mark, what do you think is the best airport advice for beginners?
I would say arrive early, keep your documents ready, and do not be afraid to ask questions.
That is excellent advice.
Also, stay kind to your travel friend.
Yes, airports can be stressful, so kindness matters.
A simple sentence like, take your time, can help a lot.
Or, we're okay, don't worry.
Traveling together is not only about the plane.
It is also about helping each other,
Carrying a bag,
sharing information,
staying calm,
and maybe sharing snacks.
that may be the most important part.
Absolutely.
If you and I go to the airport tomorrow, what is one thing you will definitely not forget?
My passport.
Good.
My boarding pass.
Good.
My charger.
Very good.
And my spoon.
No, not the spoon again.
The spoon is coming with me.
Then I am sitting far from you.
Okay, more room for my yogurt.
This trip is getting stranger and stranger.
But memorable.
And maybe that is a good place to end.
Yes. Today we talked about useful English for a trip to the airport with a friend.
We talked about packing, leaving on time, checking in, security, the gate, boarding, and staying calm.
We hope this conversation helps you feel more ready to speak English in real travel situations.
Thank you so much for listening.
And thank you for spending this time with us.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and write in the comments what topic you want in the next episode.
See you in the next one. And have a beautiful day.